J Bills for Media Spotlight UK, reunited with DTG in the building. How you feeling, bro? I mean, first of all, congratulations on being in a cruiserweight tournament. I mean, what were the talks about beforehand? What was said in terms of lead up to the announcement?
Well, obviously, I wanted to go for the heavyweight belt against Temple Arts, and yeah, a lot of back and forth on that. Came to the conclusion he just weighs way too much for me, and obviously, where he's the belt holder, I can't come and doing a Gabe Silver, Anthony Taylor, and start demanding for this, that, and the other. So I just took it on the chin and I said, you know what, I tried, and yeah, Mams came back to me and said, listen, you couldn't go for that belt, but
There's another belt.
there's another belt opportunity. And he said, yeah, based off my height and stuff, I shouldn't really be in the heavyweight division anyway. I was only there because when I got the call up initially, I was a lot bigger. And yeah, just been slowly working my way down. But now it's time to leave the heavyweight division. Cruiserweight tournament's here, 8-fight tournament, going for KSI's old belt.
Yeah.
That's the game plan.
How more comfortable do you feel being at cruiserweight now? Because obviously you just said that you were at heavyweight because you needed to make a statement at that weight class. Like, how more comfortable do you feel?
Well, I'm not cruiserweight yet. I'm still
Well, I mean, leading up to it.
leading up to it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very different. We're gonna see a very different side of me in the ring. Obviously, I've always said that as a heavyweight, I do like to move around. I'm not one of the heavyweights that just like to stand and throw punches or whatnot. Like, I do move my head off the line. I do like to, move about a bit in the ring, and that's only gonna improve with the cut. Gonna be a lot more agile, a lot faster. The only thing is about maintaining my power, but I actually personally believe I might have more power than I did before, which seems a lot crazier to people, but people got to remember simple science. It's about speed as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm not fully there yet, so I'm not, I'm not fully aware of, like, I don't have that feeling yet. I'm still building that mesh.
Building that foundation to get to it.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it, man.
I mean, there's a lot of names in there. I mean, your first fight is DK Money. You got guys like Tristan Ham. You got people like Le'Veon Bell. Faze Temper is back as well.
I want Faze Temper. DTG Faze Temper is a crazy matchup for me. I think for my journey, that would be like my first proper big name fight. And I'd love it. I'd honestly love it. And I think as well for the storyline, it'll be sick, because think of it like this, right? Just picture this. KSI, black, British, Nigerian. He also fought Faze Temper,
Facts.
beat him. Now, the belt vacant. I'm a black, British, Nigerian,
Facts.
and I'm going for that belt. And if I get to face Faze Temper in the lead up to that belt, beat him, and then go to the final and get that belt,
Full circle.
full circle. It's crazy.
So it would literally be like KSI, surrendering the cruiserweight title only for you. Should it be you get to the end to bring it back to a black Nigerian?
Yeah, like in an ideal world, that's how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I know how I want it to go. And I know that I'm in the right hands for it to go how I want it to go.
So obviously your first fight announced being DK Money. That's your first opponent. Obviously we've seen his fights previously. I think the last time he fought was against Virus, was it?
Virus.
Virus. And obviously we know the controversy that surrounded Virus at the time. What do you expect in terms of DK as an opponent now compared to the fight that he had against Virus?
Well, I expect improvements. I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And, I also have respect for my opponents. I'd like to believe he's going to take this seriously, and that he's, going to improve. I know that he's now under BJ Flores, who's, famously known for his past in boxing and obviously coaching Jake Paul and stuff. But, yeah, that doesn't scare me. Doesn't really mean much to me, because I know the hands I'm in, and I know I'm in great hands, and I know how I am as a person. I know where my heart is, I know where my mind is, and I know that what I'm being taught is what I need to be taught. And yeah, I do expect to probably face the best version of DK Money that we've seen on the Misfits stage, but I still expect to win that fight.
I mean, of course, obviously you're in the pug gym, consistently, and I know from the very beginning when we first met, it was your introduction into boxing. Like, you were, obviously in a sort of different space at the time. Obviously now, like, the more we see you, the more happier we see of you, so it seems, the more that you're, building on your health even more so. Like, how's that made an impact in terms of, like, even to get this opportunity now to be in the Cruiserweight tournament?
Yeah, man. Like I always say, like this whole misfit stuff and boxing stuff has changed my life drastically, and I just love it. I've had many bad habits in the past, and yeah, it's affected my mental health, my physical health. Like I said, for my first fight, I was very big because I was in a very depressed state of mind. A lot of stuff was happening. That fight happened. I had about 3.5 weeks training, and even though the training was so short, within that 3.5 week period, I started to feel good. I stopped smoking for that period, and yeah, I got the loss, even though it was a very controversial loss. Everyone thought I was robbed, and I just went straight back to it all. I didn't enter the gym again. I just carried on smoking, eating my life away, doing all this stuff, still trying to do other stuff on the side, but as a whole, just not really motivated. Then obviously when the prime card opportunity came about, I just got my heart broken. So that was like a great distraction. I had a good 3 months to get ready for it. Went to the pug gym. That was like my first time actually being there. Got put to the test, and they said, you know what, you got the heart, so we're gonna take you on board. And yeah, that was an amazing camp, my toughest camp at the time, obviously. And that's when I was like, yeah, I love this. Because that's when I really got to really have a camp, proper sparring, proper training, cross country. It was great. Got the win, started to feel better already from then. Distracting myself from, my heartbreak, just all this stuff, more opportunities opening up. Then again, the quick call up for the Miles fight. Another camp happened again, and another tough camp. Got the win, did it in a great fashion. And yeah, just everything just keep going up. And obviously now again, was lingering on this whole, maybe I'm fighting tempo, maybe I'm doing this, maybe I'm doing that, but now we know what we're doing. And again, we go again. And this is going to be my toughest camp yet. Because
I was literally just about to ask you, do you feel that this is your toughest camp to date? Because obviously now, like, you're going against people like potentially Faze Temper, DK Money, Tristan Ham, these people that are strong as far as people anyway. How do you feel in terms of the camp that this is different to any other fights you've had before?
I think it's not necessarily to do with the fight itself. It's more just the whole making way and changing my habits, and just there's a lot of changes. It's more outside of the ring actually. But yeah, I'm a gamer, I'm an insomniac, so I don't really get the best sleep. So just fixing my sleeping pattern, really getting a nice habit of my sleeping, changing my eating around, not necessarily what I eat, because I've been on the healthy, clean eating for a while, but just cutting out a couple other things, trying to drink nothing but water and tea, and having an eating schedule as well because of the cut, a lot more cross country and just a lot of stuff. That's the harder part for me. There's going to be a lot more running, a lot more this, a lot more that. But in terms of the actual camp, I'm fighting a southpaw. When I was fighting SX, when I was training for SX, I didn't know if he was a southpaw or not, so I trained for both. And obviously now that I know it's a southpaw, yeah, we're going to do a lot more southpaw training, but it's just another camp in that aspect, but everything else is what makes it harder.
Couple more things from me. You mentioned about Faze Temper. You said that would be a dream sort of scenario for you to be in. What is it about Faze Temper? Obviously we've seen his journey. Obviously he's a dad now as well. Obviously, you being a father yourself, so you have that.
Wait, I'm not a father. Are you not a
father? No. All right, I thought you was. All right, I'll cut that dead. I'll say the question again.
No. So yeah. A lot of people think I'm a father because I often post my manager's daughter.
Okay, I think that's where the confusion is.
Yeah, so I'm really close with my manager. No, you can keep it in the video. I don't mind. I'm really close with my manager. Deep channel. He's like a dad to me. And just his whole family, I love them. Yeah. So I look at them as, my own.
But in terms of Faze Temper as an opponent, why would you consider him to be the dream at this point, to get to him?
I don't know, just in the tournament, out of all the other names, it's Faze Temper. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We can't forget what he's done. Yeah. He started off on Call of Duty. I started off on Call of Duty. It's just Faze Temper, It's a big name. And another UK versus US thing. Again, KSI's fought him. Who else has fought him? Slim fought him. You know, it's he's only really fought.
Kenny's fought him.
Kenny's fought him. So you know what I mean? It's like, it's a big matchup in my opinion. To like, it'll be my first proper big fight or opponent in this Misfit scene. Do you know what I mean? Not to take away from anyone else, but
100%.
like, I fought 2 debutants, Halal Ham, like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is Faze tempo we're talking about. Obviously, DK Money, he's got a big following and all this stuff, but it's not like he's had the greatest journey in this thing. Do you know what I mean? But Faze tempo, he's had a respectable journey. Obviously, glass chin or whatever they call him, but it's Faze tempo at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? With or without Misfits, I would have known who that is. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's just like, it's the most interesting opponent in this scene.
Space. And I got to talk about Ryan Taylor versus Mist. I mean, you know it. You're an artist. You know exactly what's going down. You've seen what's been the case. The bad blood between the two. I mean, what do you make of the whole story? I mean, because it looks like there's already been talks that we need more security when it comes to them two.
We do. I might have to join. Might have to join security team for that. I'm telling you, because, boy, like I said, if you know, you know it. You can do your research. There's only some things you can find on the internet. A lot of things have been removed, and a lot of it is if you know, you know. But bottom line is, it is going to be war. And I was so shocked, because I always say, Mamas Taylor cooks, but this sort of cooking he's done is Michelin star. Like, this is mental. This is mental, because it's going to be guns blazing from before fight night. That whole media week, normally they put different fighters in different hotels, sometimes same hotel. They need to be 5 miles apart.
Maybe 10 miles apart.
It's something. Until, even when there's press conference and face off, boy, do you see the glass that they put for Tom Fury? And
they need that.
No, metal.
Metal. So none of that plastic. Is literally just metal.
They need cages for those man, because it's gonna be a war in the park. It's mental. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how that goes. Honestly, I couldn't call it. I'm really excited for that though, and I'm happy that I will be there ringside. Hopefully not too close, because I don't want blood on me.
We don't want any blood on any of us.
I might wear white that night, so definitely don't want no blood on me.
Well, maybe it might be a fashion choice, maybe not to wear white just in case.
I might wear red. I might do a Fred Beck.
Well, yeah, facts.
So it all blends in if it does come on. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a fight.
I mean, just a few final things. Obviously, with Misfits 14 coming up, you know, who are you most looking forward to seeing as far as the fights that are on the card? Like, any particular ones you're paying attention to?
You know what? Honestly speaking, all the fights are great.
Yeah. They're cooking.
Because obviously you got Ben Knight versus Tempo. I'm interested to see if Tempo keeps his belt that I wanted to take from him, or if the Misfits debutant grabs it. And I know his coach, he's being coached by, obviously, the coach he's come with, but my boy Pro Boxer's training him as well. So I actually had a little intel on this fight beforehand. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that pans out. Also interested to see Amadeus, I think that's how you say it.
Amadeus Ferrari
versus
Salt Pappy.
Because I've looked at Amadeus and he does look like a bit of a madman. I don't know.
I mean, I've seen like one video that circulate that there was a guy being interviewed and literally just.
No, but I've seen that before, and then I saw but I didn't know it was him until I searched it up. Seen some of his fights. He's a bit of a madman. I feel like he's got a loose screw up there. Also, in the face-off they did online, he was telling a mad story about how someone tried to come to his house late at night, doing like a fake pizza delivery, and then it was just a madness. I don't think he's all right in the head. And I think he's going to come with a lot of aggression, but I'd like to see how Assault Pappy handles that. I think fundamentally with boxing, he should take that fight. But yeah, I'm interested. The Julie Pocker fight, going to be very...
That was meant to be in the Kingpin finals, but obviously now we're getting it on the Misfit stage.
So yeah, that's another... I just think, honestly, all of
I think every fight is cooking.
I think, you know what, yeah, Adam Brooks, King Kenny, boy.
Boy.
I don't know what's going to happen, you know.
I don't know either.
I feel like we might have an old man upset.
You feel that way?
I feel like Adam Brooks is gonna come differently. You know, he's a strong one, and for him to do what he did to Rhino, Kenny, I'm not sure Kenny's been tested yet, and you know, if anyone's gonna do it, Adam's gonna do it. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm saying he's gonna win, but we're gonna see how Kenny reacts to that. You know, I know Kenny's been like doing tough sparring and stuff. I've seen on social media. And obviously another Nigerian brother got to support. I seen him at my gym yesterday, not in person, but I seen he was at Pug. So, you know.
Yeah, I think I saw. Did Daly come through to Pug? Yeah, I saw him on the stories.
Because Daly used to train there growing up.
That makes sense.
So, I've seen a lot of stuff there, but I'm just, every fight on the card is interesting. Like, this is a great card.
This is definitely cooking, like, for sure. I mean, and obviously, like, you know, when the Cruiserweight tournament happens, are we expecting that the first set would be at Misfits 15? Are we waiting for an announcement?
I believe so. Mams did say that one of the fights will be co-main in 15. It's most likely going to be Tristan Hamlevy and Bell going off an educated guess. But yeah, it starts at 15.
Yeah. And I guess, obviously, now that you're in the zone, getting ready, you know, to go through the tournament, go through the trenches, you know, to, you know, potentially get that belt.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm locked in. I can get more locked in, but that comes throughout the process. You know, there's a process to everything, the training, physically and mentally. So come fight night, I'm going to be locked.
I could see that in your eyes. You definitely, like, even as the progress has been happening, there's more intensity coming from you. And I can only imagine what it would be like for your first fight with DK Money.
We'll have to see.
All right, well, it's always a pleasure to see you, my brother. Like, every single time. And then we'll see you on fight week. And I know my brother will be there with me, so Ryan will be there.
You know I'm waiting for you. So don't come late next time. I'll see you.
All right, cool, man. Always a pleasure, brother.